All right, welcome back, Pokemon GO players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is February 14, 2020. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. How you doing, Lewis?
I'm doing great. How's it going, my good man?
It's going good. It's been a good week. I am very excited about what we have to talk about.
Definitely.
It felt like the week went by so fast, honestly.
Oh my god, dude. I was waiting for this weekend probably for a while. I know this weekend shouldn't be like the most exciting weekend because I know we still have next weekend to come through. But
Oh my gosh.
but this weekend itself is actually not pretty substantial, celebrating, we're still in a celebrating kind of way because there's more to just, we have all the events just about celebration from the past generations. We're now moving into the new celebration, and today is actually very special because this is our first 1 year anniversary of publishing this podcast. We started publishing the podcast around February 18. The first podcast came out in podcast services, but I think we actually streamed it on YouTube a couple of days before that, just like we do every single time. And oh my goodness, it's just crazy. 1 full year of podcasting, which I really didn't think we're gonna hell for this long, but this game, man, is just too addicting, man.
It's been really interesting. I think Pokemon Go itself has been good about putting out news more regularly.
Yeah.
It felt like we used to be in the dark a lot. So it's really nice to have stuff to talk about each week.
Well,
honestly.
we're definitely going to be reminiscent about some of the things that we love about doing podcasting, and of course, Pokemon Go, since there's so much to talk about either way. We'll also go over some news, some recaps, just like we always do. But let's go ahead and make sure that we remind everybody that we are part of the Professor Network. Wonderful people, of course. Pokemon Professor Network / Purified Podcasts. They host us every single week, which is always nice. At the same time, they have wonderful people in there, and I always want to say thank you to Ken for helping me just set up the small things that I needed to make sure this podcast is good and running. He's always helpful. He's always kind. Met him during Golf Fest 2019, and just in all honesty, I mean, just wonderful people altogether. But yeah, I mean, again, I want to say thank you to him. As you can see, I always have his logo right here because since we're part of his network, we want to make sure that you guys are also checking them out as much as possible, So, Chris, and Terry, thank you so much for the 1 year, 500 bits there on Twitch. Thank you so much. All right, so let's do a little bit of recap. Let's shift the gears once again and see what did we get this last week. Because, I mean, there's just a lot. So, Chris, what do you got for me?
I have no hundos or shinies this week. I only traded for a shiny Metagross, and it got like around average. I do want to say the most interesting thing I got, in my opinion, was a 98 Litwick, 15, 15, 14.
Okay.
I always love getting these good suckers because eventually they're probably going to have a calm day. Or, I don't know. They have a good moveset, but I always keep them just in case.
I mean, you have a full box most of the time, right? You never get rid of anything.
Oh my gosh, yes. I have like 5 spots normally.
Dude, you're gonna have to actually start cleaning it up before next week, that's for sure.
That is true.
That's right. Well, so that's all? That's all you got? Nothing else? Nothing to
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, I got a pretty cool haul this week. Aside from being able to trade with lucky friends for from 40 kilometers and everything, it's actually a pretty awesome event, and it's still gonna be going for the next few weeks actually, because man, my goodness, there's so much to talk about that. But anyways, I started off so the podcast came out, or the live stream came out on Monday. Tuesday we had Milton Spotlight Hour, and I was trying to get the Milton. I didn't get the Milton. I did get another shiny Shadow Scyther though, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Is that my fourth one? I think that's my fourth one. Oh god. And then
Is it Jesse that loves you or James?
Jesse. James just hates me. He's
Jesse,
never given me a shiny out of that one for some reason. Jesse's just like in love with me. Consistent with what Valentine's Day is. So today's Valentine's Day too. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. But yeah, I got that. Then I did a couple of trades. I always want to get all the Hondo Shinies of all the Primals and Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. I get one of every single one. Which I have some non-shiny ones, but I don't have the Hondos of any of the three, even after so many raids that I've done. Surprisingly enough. However, though, I did some trades, and I did get really good, lucky IVs. And this Groudon is actually a 14, 15, 15, so it's a 98 shiny. Beautiful shiny to have. This one is definitely maxed out, or I'm gonna max out and have ready for the Primal Evolution. At the moment we get
it's
it,
good
of
in
course.
Master League too, yeah.
Then the next day, I did another trade, and I get a 98 shiny Rayquaza. 15, 15, 14. So I was actually happy about that one because the 15 attack is always best.
Oh yeah.
But again, another one that's just good to have for Mega Evolution. So another one. I already maxed this out. This is actually my very first maxed out Rayquaza. I have so many candies of it because of the rates. Yeah, because I never really want to max out
Definitely
anything.
Worth it.
Yeah. I do have I think another 98 that's non, or 96 that's non-shiny, but still, it was okay. And then I always also want to get a Kyogre, which is one of my favorites. I not get the 98, but I did get a 96 with 15 attack. So always welcome. Very good. Power up. I mean, I still need more candies because I already wasted all my rare candies anyways. But yeah, I definitely will be powering those up with time. I got the Stardust. I just need the candy, just like always. Then after that, I think it was somewhere 2 days afterwards, I get a shiny Krabby. So I was like, okay, that's another shiny I guess I didn't need, but I guess I'll take it. Then I get another one today. Like, you're listening to this. Today, I actually clicked on one, and of course it was shiny. Ah, man, this Krabbies, I never thought.
You got crabs.
I got crabs. Oh my god, don't say that. But one more shiny I actually got. So as you guys know, the Bounty Days has begun, and I started clicking on Pokemon so I can catch things for the catch challenge. And of course, the very first Plusle that I get is a shiny. So I got another shiny Plusle. Pretty cute. I knew right away because I knew it was actually a darker red when you see it, and then I see the sparkles. I was like, "Oh, hello there."
I always tell myself I'm not gonna notice it's shiny, but every single time I've gotten one, I've been like, "You."
Yeah, I know, right? So that was actually pretty nice. A pretty nice haul for the week between the trades and the shinies that I got. I say that was successful shinies. As for Hondos, though. Funny enough, I didn't think I was gonna have enough Hondos to talk about today, but I guess I hit. So one of the first one was a Miltank out in the wild, pretty nice. Thank you so much. And then the next one, which is actually today, I went ahead and did the raid because I needed to actually complete the challenge, and I get a Hondo Latias, which I'm okay with because, again, they have a Mega Evolution, so they'll definitely need to be a Best Buddy one eventually. Cool. I'm actually okay with that. Didn't think I was gonna get.
Nice.
I really didn't think I was gonna get anything from the Latios and Latios because I wasn't rating them as much as I should be. But hey.
I don't think people have just been rating them that much, but I think the fact that they're forcing you to almost, by putting it in the collection, I think a lot more people are going to be rating them.
Yeah, that's for sure. And in all the sense, it's just like, okay, well, it is what it is when it comes down to it. So
yeah,
I'm okay with this. So it was pretty nice. So thank you so much, Pokemon Go. All right, so let's real quick recap on the lunar event. How was it for you in the end of the day?
It was fun to try and get shinies.
That's true.
I thought the spawns were really cool. I really liked the event spawns for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Miltank was definitely the most exciting part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It would be more exciting to get Tauros if we weren't so close to it, you know?
Right, but
But
for a lot of people, and even us, because we're actually a little bit louder in the Florida area, we don't get Taurus spawns if we want to. We just, we don't. We actually have to drive maybe an hour, maybe two, to be able to see them, if anything, up north, and then we'll be
yeah,
able to see the Taurus and no more Heracross for a while. So the first Taurus that I got was actually in Gainesville, so that's not too bad when it comes down to it. So, but still, if it wasn't for that, I'm actually a little more happy that the lunar event actually gave you two Tauros throughout the event, which was nice. But then you didn't get anything else at that point, and it's one of those things, I guess. Aside from that, the event was all right. I mean, a lot of fire spawns, a lot of those. I definitely did not want to hatch a Rattata though, so I'm actually glad I didn't.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah, yeah. I think that out of all the ones in the egg pool, there were just enough to hold over the actual spawns or the actual like ones from eggs. So I think I only has like one or two batches. So I was actually happy that I didn't do as much as I needed to. Although I'm still cooking some eggs before the event, so we'll see how it goes. We'll definitely see how that one goes. I know a lot of people are starting hatching rats, and one of them got a shiny too. So I was like, I don't know if I want that. But yeah, no, that was okay. The lunar event was semi okay. I did like the whole Darumaka spawns. I really wanted to get a good one out of that eventually, but you know,
I've been just trying to get the candy for the Galaran one,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, definitely. In all sense, we'll see how it goes, or we'll see how it ended. But I guess it ended. You also had this, of course, these time research, which wasn't bad, but anyways. From then on, I mean, just regular spawns. So everybody doing Latias and Latias, every now and then doing some Gyarados if you were finding them, since Gyarados are still up and running for race until the 20th. So that's good. And then, of course, the Valentine's Day event, which I started just recently, in a few hours before we started this podcast. I would say that this one is actually one of the best events, Valentine's Day events, that we had in a long time.
I can't remember the spawns being this crazy for Valentine's Day.
That's true.
It used to be the only thing we really hunted for was Love Disc. I don't know if it's just because we have more shiny possibilities, but it seems so much more crazy now.
Well, in all honesty, the Valentine's Day event has a lot of the spawns that I mean, almost every single spawn, except for probably Cotney and Muna, which is the brand new Pokemon that's released from this event.
Yeah.
Aside from those, every other Pokemon spawn in the wild is shiny available. Like this Nidorina could have been shiny if I wanted it to, but of course, Pokemon Go hates me every now and then, but still. But at the same time, every single Pokemon that I click on is just a shiny possibility no matter how much I look to. I want to get that Volby. That's like my main goal before it goes away once again. And then of course, we do get a brand new shiny with this event that was not announced the very first time, but when it came out, everybody was like, "You serious? Are you serious?" Chris, how about you tell them what kind of Pokemon we got just shiny?
We're talking about everyone's favorite catch. You love to reel it in, especially when it hatches from eggs. You're not at all disappointed, and it doesn't know how to put on makeup properly.
That basically sums it up. Yep, that basically sums it up.
Almamola.
Alomola.
Oh my gosh.
Alomola got a shiny release before any of the other, Gen 2 Pokemons for some reason. I'm like, I don't understand how, but I guess it did. Good luck with that. A lot of people
want something raid exclusive, I feel like.
Well, okay, so we do have to talk about how the event is structured. So, as you guys know, the collector challenge that's catching you a lot of Pokemon. A lot of them are actually in raids. Espeon, Umbreon, Latios, and Latios will be in raids. We actually have both Volpe and Illumise in the wild, but Alomola is either in raids or in research breakthrough, or not breakthrough, research field research. I keep forgetting the name of it. But yeah, those are the ones. Thank you very much, Terry, for the raid. We needed this to be able to complete the challenge. But yeah, Alomola is finding in those, which the tasks are not too bad to find. It's either win 2 raids, or which at the same time you got a raid, or 20 loves disc, which is I think the hardest one of the two to find for some reason. I still haven't seen that many.
Honestly, too, just the fact that the love discs aren't as common as they were for the past ones, which
Right.
I'm not really complaining about that.
Yeah, it's one of those at the end of the day. But in all honesty, it's still a pretty good spawns. Now, I was hoping that Umbreon and Espeon were spawning in the wild even at a smaller rate. But unfortunately, that went out of the window the moment the event started. So, at the same time, they're not in research either, which is surprisingly enough, you know? In all honesty, that's just interesting why they didn't do that also with them. I guess because they wanted to keep the pool of the event research a lot smaller, do you think? So that's why, since they knew that Alomola was going to be a shiny available one. Yeah.
It's possible. I think they want to make you try to earn it more. It does seem like it's a boosted shiny of some sort.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I do want to say that having to actually do raids to complete the challenges, it's kind of killing it for a lot of people. However, you do have quite a bit of days to complete the challenge because they love. I think the Valentine's Day goes a little bit before the Kanto event, so I think we have a little bit of time since then. But I will definitely check it out before we let anybody know. My Pokemon are just getting destroyed right now. I brought 1,500 Pokemon CPs and they're just like getting all destroyed right now. Just because I am trying to complete the next level challenge, and it's like win 30 raids with 6 different types, and I just made one team and I was like, okay, I have enough people, let me just go ahead and do that. So that's
looks like it worked just fine.
yeah. Which,
oh no!
I still got quite a bit of race to finish anyways. But anyhow, yeah, that is the love event, I guess. It should go Valentine's Day event, everything like that. Pretty cool, pretty nice. Again, every single Pokemon is almost shiny available in this event, so catch what you will. Skitty, I think, is the one that I really want the most, and then of course Alomola.
Yeah, I'd say out of the spawns, I don't know if Chansey is mega boosted. I've seen a few though.
Oh yeah,
so I'd say I would like a Chansey or a Volbeat. I think those are the main goals.
That's right. And as you guys seen, I already completed the Elite Collection medal number 5, which is cool that the numbers just keep going up. So I kind of see, I like seeing that every now and then. Done. So, what's my rewards? Oh yes, actually, I wanted to mention that the rewards did change from the previous announcement. This time around, as you guys can see on screen if you're here on Twitch, is you get 3 Silphy Pina Berries, 3 Leader Raiders, which is like, and then 2, I think it's a Charge CMs or the other ones. Yeah, 2 Charge CMs. So I'm actually okay with this. I'm not really okay with that research. So if you want to really complete it, you really do gotta go for it. It is kind of compensating from doing raids since you're getting like 3 Rocket Raiders, which is what, 200 coins each, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're paying at least 400 from each, so you're getting at least a double your value back from this. So you'll be wasting at least 200 for the actual radars, and then 4 raid passes for the other 4. So yeah, that kind of evens that out. But
yeah, I will say it is a little annoying that we have to raid for at least 2 of them. You don't have to raid for Latios and Latias, but the chances of getting them from Go Battle League, I can see a lot of people either A, don't want to do Go Battle League, or B, don't have the luck of getting them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you only get so many sets a day, you know. I don't know.
If anything, you can get up to 5 chances, but still, you know. And
I do think the rewards are really worth it, though.
Yeah, and that's, of course, if you want to be more guaranteed, you can use a battle pass to be able to get the first encounter on it. But that's again, true. That will be the same as doing a rating. You're not guaranteed the Pokemon, so.
Yeah, you could get a C-Dot.
God, I don't know why that's still there. Anyways, One last few things that, of course, the line today, we do have increased chance of becoming lucky friends. I have actually confirmed. One, that I have lucky friends with Chris here. So that means we gotta think of a trade if we want to do it on stream right now. And I did confirm I do have at least 4 more that appear today. So it is a lot bigger chance to get a lucky friends. And of course, increased chance of getting lucky Pokemons in trades, even if you're not lucky. So that's actually pretty good too. Take advantage of it because the trade distance is actually like amazing right now. So make sure you are trading with your locals if you have locals anyways. But anyways, yeah, I think that's all we cover from the Valentine's Day so far. It's still only the very first day. We have another 3 days and 24 hours to go, so that's not too bad. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so before we get into the news, let's go ahead and reminisce a little bit. Again, we are at our 1 year anniversary here. It's crazy that we have gone for a full year. I'm still going to, of course, try to do as much podcasting as I can for Pokemon GO because I love the game. As much as Chris does, as much as everybody else. It's just amazing. But Chris, let me ask you, did you ever thought that we were going to be this, I want to say, this dedicated to the podcast before? Did you think that this was just going to be a 1 or 2 thing kind of thing or something like that?
I was unsure at the beginning how it would turn out, but I do think it went a very nice direction. I'm very happy here with you every week.
Yeah.
I just think it's something nice to do,
That's true. Again, I want to say thank you to the Laura podcast because they were actually the ones who inspired me. Now, a little bit of background to what it was. Now, I didn't know anything about podcasting before I started this. I did do one podcast with a friend of mine, a couple of friends of mine before because we were let's try to do something together and all like that. But that kind of fell through. It was called the Rockier Podcast. We talked about a lot of things cinematic in the world of movies, games, and a lot of different things. And it was fine for a while. Unfortunately, some of the things, the scheduling and everything kind of messed us up because we all worked and we're still working. So was kind of the thing. Yeah. And at one point, we kind of just fell through after maybe, probably 10 episodes or so, just for the reason. Aside from that, I wasn't really that into it because, games and movies I like, but it's not like I'm super dedicated, knowing the actors and how it is and the whole news and everything. I am a little bit more now, but still, it just depends on the type of thing that I love, But that's one of the things that I used to do back then. And I didn't do any editing on the podcasting. I didn't do any notes or anything like that. So kind of only had the feeling of what to say and what to do when it comes down to it. So at that point, I was like, all right. But then 2019 comes around. And a lot of things changed in my life. I had different jobs and everything. So I was able to listen to more music and all the stuff when I was doing my job. And then I come across the Lura podcast, which, again, wonderful people. And I just started listening to that. And oh my God, the things that they would say. And I'm just like, this is so true. This is so true. Every single podcast that they put up every single day was just amazing. Then I went back all the way from the very first podcast they published back in 2016 when the game first came out. And it's just amazing. It's crazy how long they've done this podcasting form, and they have even so many podcasts since then. It's just amazing, and that's what I fell in love with podcasting, because as long as I know I can talk about things that I love, it's just incredible. And as long as you put that effort into your podcasting, I think that anybody could do it. And I'm sure Chris, the experience that you're taking from here is also great because, whatever you do in the future, even though it could be the next, 10 so years with podcasting without this, it's hey, just remember, we got 5 more years of podcasting. Let's do this, But yeah, I'm glad, Chris, that you say yes to actually be my co-host. Because out of all the people that I was thinking of saying, hey, let's just do this, it would be kind of cool to just say, I wanted to actually have 3 hosts the very first time. One of my friends, unfortunately, he works overnight, so it's not really easy for him to do if that was the case. Yeah. And I wanted a consistent schedule. Chris, you did say, and I always say to you, if you needed time to not actually be able to do the podcast, we'll push it back if we need to. But you were the first one to say yes to everything that I was kind of pulling together here. And I'm glad that you're here because your opinions, everything is just great. So thank you so much, Chris, for holding on for a full year so far. Hopefully we can continue on for a little bit longer.
Always a pleasure. I think it's really nice to have just something consistent to do,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, yes. And I love this is actually one of the first things that I stayed consistent aside from probably streaming since last year. But anyways, it's crazy when it comes to it. However, I would want to say that you might want to restart your game if you wanted to get into those raids that Terry sent you. So,
You know,
like force close and
sometimes.
do it. I know, right? But yeah, no. Can you remember like your favorite moment of this podcast so far?
Oh, hands down. Hands down. And you already know what I'm going to say.
I know.
Dude, the double shiny Groudon was easily, and not just any Groudon, double shiny Fire Punch Groudon. That was like the craziest moment of the whole podcast, in my opinion, so far.
Yeah. That was an insane moment for both of us because again, that research, you can get lucky. You don't can get lucky. You can just get a regular Groudon and Fire Plunge. You can get a 10-10-10 Fire Groudon, and nothing will happen with it. You know, you would probably be disappointed. It's only gonna be a Fire Punch one in the end.
Oh yeah.
But I want to say that that's also my favorite. No matter how much you try, that was probably the luckiest moments for both of us to happen at the same time. The same Pokemon, the same shiny, just crazy. It was a crazy moment. If you guys want to actually check it out, we do have a link in my Twitter feed, Purified GO. That one I posted it. It's pinged there. It's been pinged since I got it, and it's just crazy because that Twitch that was a crazy moment to remember.
Back when my mic peaked.
yeah. And I say, please be careful with the voice and everything. And I had some crazy moments, but that was just luck of the draw and all that stuff. It's crazy when it comes down to it. But yeah, no. In all honesty, every single moment, every single day, or every single week that I do this podcast, it's just amazing. I mean, I just love that I can get things going. Even sometimes I wait until the last minute to get like even the notes and everything for us. It's just great. I love it. I want to continue doing it as long as the game is alive. So I hope that you guys can continue to listen to us because Chris and I will have a lot to talk about. And hey, you never know. We may get more guests coming pretty soon. I'll start getting a little bit more to it to be, hey, anybody wants to talk about Pokemon GO for a couple hours, for an hour or so?
I think there's plenty of people that love the game as much as we do.
Oh, yeah.
There's
too many dedicated people, unfortunately. Way more than we think. Yeah, I know, way more than we think. Man. I hope for the future. I have hopes for this future. So thank you so much for reminiscing with us, everybody. Now let's get back into what we really want to talk about, which is the game. And today's research topics, we don't have that many, but we had some things to talk about that we posted. So Chris, what is the very first thing we got?
Well. The Kanto post event. So we're going to keep the Kanto celebration going after the Pokemon Go Tour Kanto. Interesting. A little bit of after party. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, can we stop for one? I thought that Kanto was going to be the end, and then we're going to have probably season spawns for until the end of the month.
You know, I was wondering about it too, because we were getting a little celebration for each of the different regions.
Yeah.
But we weren't getting one for Kanto because Kanto had its own little special event.
Oh, yeah.
So doesn't surprise me too much, but dude, Kanto after Kanto, people are gonna be tired of this generation.
It's like, I don't want no more Kanto, dude. After this, I better get some more Kalos, bro, because I need it. Or give me Larvesta or Volcarona. That's all I need.
Bring back Dialga.
Oh, I know, right? Jesus. Anyways, let's get into what this Space of News post celebration event is, which is technically more festivities around the corner. So after the Kanto event is right around the corner, the festive won't end there. After this long-awaited event concludes, a Kanto Teen Celebration event will run until Pokemon Day, which is the 27th. So from Sunday, February 21st, the day after the event, and then Saturday to Saturday, February 27th, which is the beginning of Pokemon Day. Goodness gracious, we can't believe that we're actually here. So the features that we're going to have. Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Weedle, Pikachu, Geodude, Clefairy, Psyduck, Slowpoke, Gastly, Voltorb, Magikarp, and more will appear infrequently in the wild. So basically almost the entire pool of Pokemons at this point. But, there's only 10 out of the 150 that we're going to see in pretty soon. The following Pokemon will be attracted to Incest. Caterpie, Pidgey, Sphero, which will finally get the shiny. Poliwag, Abra, Seal, Machop, Krabby, Execute, Horsey, Goldie, and more. The other ones I previously mentioned was in the wild, of course.
More Krabby for you.
Oh, God, no, please, no. I got like 4 of them already. The following Pokemon will be hatching for 5k eggs. Oddish, Bellsprout, Tangela, Dratini, Pichu, Elekid, Magby, and more. Actually, that's actually interesting to see that both Pichu, Elekid, and Magby will be hatching from this. I think because they know that there's going to be more along the way, of course. Enjoy an event in school field research tasks, rewarding Stardust, the lead encounter with Pokemon such as Doduo, Magnemite, Diglett, Ammonite, Kabuto, Snorlax, Jigglypuff, Clefairy, and more. So at this point, I feel like I actually already talked about 25% of the Pokemons. And that is crazy. Then we have, of course, the following Pokemon will be in raids. Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Pikachu, Magikarp, Dratini will be in 1-star raids. Scyther, Pinsir, Machoke, Kadabra, Hunter, Graveler, and Lapras will be in 3-star raids. And then, of course, our wonderful quadruple legendaries. Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and Mewtwo will be in 5-star raids. I think they did mention it before, but I think they still have their special moves on all of them. But we'll see when the event actually starts.
Yeah, I'm worried. But, definitely get one before the after party. I will say that.
Yes, just in case you guys don't think that you're going to get it. If no, you're going to be using some Elite Charge TMs and Elite Fast TMs for the Pokemons here. Some of the collection challenges for Pokemon GO Kanto will continue throughout the Kanto Celebration event. Head on over to the TV to track your progress. So we know that we're going to have to catch at least all 150 Pokemons, either through trade or doing something to be able to unlock Shiny Mew and Shiny Ditto. So in all honesty, it's going to be interesting when we actually see them. But at the same time, it's kind of nice to extend the window instead of just compiling everything in the 12-hour event. It kind of gives a breathing room to a lot of the people who don't have the chance to play all 12 hours, if anything, which is Chris right there. Yeah. He's definitely going to be salty when I get so many shinies during the Saturday event.
Oh, man.
And then, of course, get more Pokemon that know exclusive attacks from previous Community Day events. If you follow the following Pokemons during the event, their evolutions will know an exclusive attack. And of course, those are Bulbasaur, Ivysaur to Venusaur for Frenzy Plant, Charmeleon to Charizard for Blast Burn, not even the other one, just Blast Burn. Real quick, I just want to change something here because I need something else. Thank you. Perfect.
I thought Corpse Husband was in the call for a second.
Why? Because I was actually talking to the deep voice or something?
I was joking.
Crazy. Wartortle to Blastoise will know Hydro Cannon. And Pichu to Pikachu will know Surf. We also have every single EV evolution will know its to evolve form will have Last Resort.
Get your Umbreon ready now.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's why I started walking
it.
Oh
my gosh. I completely forgot about Umbreon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then Dragonair to Dragonite will know, of course, Draco Meteor. So that means we have a lot of the Pokemons actually that will be getting their Community Day moves. I am still sad that a few of the Pokemons from the Kanto will not have it. Like, Beedrill and Magmar. Well, I'm not really sad about Magmar or Magmortar, but I guess, they're not technically Kanto Pokemons when you evolve them. but they're still in the
Yeah,
Kanto celebration, technically. In all honesty,
definitely hold on to them.
yeah, it's still good to hold on them when it comes down to it. But there's a lot of Kanto Pokemon. So even Machop would have been good, but again, Machop, it doesn't really need payback anyways.
No.
And then after that, I think we actually had most of the community days from 2018 and all those through that. So still not bad. Still
Yeah,
not.
this event it's got everything in my opinion. It's got something for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. So just make sure you do remember throughout the event, you do have at least a full 7 days, 7, 8-ish days to be able to get all the exclusive moves. A lot of the Pokemon here are wonderful. Charizard, Venusaur being top notch, Great League and Ultra League Pokemons. We do have, well, Blastoise is a bit of an interesting one when it comes down to it. And then Eevee, Umbreon, best Pokemon that you have around. Please make sure that you are looking for it. And Dragonite is not the greatest, but it's still nice to have it on a security moves because it was such a long time since we had it. So
It's a good raider. That's about all I will say about
that's true. Still, wouldn't be bad to actually have it just in case. So a lot of people
it.
actually know they use it for a lot of different Pokemon, even the Shadow ones. So just be sure you know. So yeah, that is of course the Kanto post celebrations festivity. Chris, are you getting a little bit tired of celebrating? Because oh my goodness, this last 3 months has been just celebrate this, celebrate that, celebrate this, celebrate that. It's crazy.
They're calling this one a little bit of an after party. I think every single one of these celebrations has been an after party
Yeah, that's for
because
sure.
we've had like a day of break in between. As much as I love Pokemon Go, having an event going with like a day or two in between each one, it does get a little bit exhausting.
Yeah.
Trying to keep on top of everything. But it is fun to try and get the shinies you need. So yeah, I don't know, man. How do you feel about it?
I think it's alright, but again, it's more like I thought that once we got to the Kanto event, we were gonna be done. I know that even though this whole month is it's Pokemon celebration, anyways, because the 25th anniversary of Pokemon is just around the corner. There's gonna be a lot of news coming up, and make sure you check us out because we're gonna be covering a much faster pace, in not just in the podcast, but in our own Twitch channels and everything. So, real quick, Chris, you want to check on this if it's shiny or not?
Oh, I checked it.
No,
What's the hundo, by the way?
I got no idea. I was actually happy enough that the Latios
Same.
was actually no shiny either. Which I not really that bad. What's your CP?
2154,
Oh,
which feels like it's good.
you got better than me. I got 2142 then. So that's good to know. Anyways, we'll definitely catch this and all that. And again, a lot of celebrating going on just because of the Pokemon celebration itself. But yeah, I hope that once we're actually completely done with this type of celebration, that we can actually move on a little more and actually have like brand new Pokemons and things like that. Thank you, Terry, for the hundo numbers 2162, which is actually you got probably way better than I did, Chris.
I did need a good Latios.
That's true. Well, you need one for the Mega eventually, so that's good to know. So yeah, that is Kanto post event. But then we have another thing to really talk about.
Oh, that's his CP.
Oh, interesting.
Screw you, Terry.
Oh my goodness. There is something that Pokemon Go is doing to, of course, celebrate both the Kanto event and the Pokemon Days, and this is the Pokemon Go Tour Kanto Sweepstakes. Sweepstakes? Is that how you say it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're almost at the beginning of the event, which is again in another week. Saturday is gonna go a crazy way. I'm gonna be waking up really early for this because I'm going to get my breakfast and I'm gonna go to my grind spot and be there for the next 12 hours. Of course, the sweepstakes, it will be debating on which version is better. So why not show it off? If you have any snazzy color coordinated outfits, not really, but okay. Have a favorite green hat or red shirt you're planning to wearing? Post a photo on Twitter of you wearing clothes representing your version using the hashtag Pokemon Go Tour Red or hashtag Pokemon Go Tour Green from Wednesday, February 10 to Wednesday, February 17. So it's actually ending in the next few days. We'll then randomly select 20 winners. Each winner will receive a code prize pack containing 50 Pokeballs, 6 Max Revives, and 3 Incense. Couldn't be a little bit better on that, Niantic.
I mean, free's free.
Free is free. I know. 50 Pokeballs is actually the thing that I need the most anyways. Winners will redeem, of course, in their redemption sites. No purchase necessary, but you must be 18 plus to be one of them, to participate. So if you want to show off, it wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, that's really only the news about that. I mean, what do you really think about sweepstakes there, Chris?
I think it's cool that they're trying to do something with the community. I don't know though. It's gonna be funny. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
seeing all the different photos.
Oh yeah, and who knows? Now, before we continue on, not really a news that we talk about unless I'm gonna go to Twitter real quick and see if there's anything else because we are one away from looking at many different things. No news as far as we know aside from what we already talked about. So again, we are 1 week, less than a week actually, from the Kanto celebration, a 12-hour event, which is going to be a crazy thing because Pokemon Go likes to keep things crazy in this game.
Yeah.
But let's talk about real quick some of the practices and things that we want to actually give out to our listeners to make sure that you're preparing for this awesome celebration time. Again, guys, this event is a full 12-hour event. First and foremost, I know that a lot of people are not going to play all the 12 hours. We're crazy. We want to play the 12 hours, so don't actually imitate us if you want to. Be safe. Be consistent. Be someone that if you want to play the game, just play the game. You still have even the post-event to worry about, so don't worry about that. You have more than plenty Anthem time. However, some of the things that you do want to prepare for, specifically for this event, is something you want to do. Now, for me, I want to make sure you have a good stock of Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls to make sure you catch as many Pokemon as you can. It's probably one of the best things that you can do to prepare for this whole week is to just go ahead and restock everything you might have. If you have a full storage bag, try to get as many Pokeballs as you can for Gold Plus. If not, then go ahead and try as many Ultra Balls as you can because you want a fast catch. If you can practice that, of course. But it will be nice to have that. And then, of course, raids. Chris, any good advice about the raids, if anything?
All I can say is all 4 of the Pokemon are weak to Smackdown T-Tar. If you have any Smackdown T-Tar, definitely power them up as much as you can.
Yep.
All the birds and Mewtwo is weak to T-Tar. Then again, for Mewtwo, you will probably want Bite on your T-Tar, but you can just run with Crunch or even Stone Edge, and it will do just fine, as long as you get enough people.
Yeah, definitely. So, I know that a lot of people are probably going to be going more for the Mewtwo just because Mewtwo is one of the most sought-after Pokemon in Pokemon Go no matter what. So, again, Chris, as just you mentioned, just make sure you send me as many races as you can.
Oh, one of us is getting the Shunda.
It's gonna be like not a 12-hour raid session. It's going to be like a 2 weeks worth of session.
No sleep.
I know, right? It's like I'm doing a Mewtwo at 3 a.m. in the morning. What the hell, man? I don't need no sleep. I need a Shando. But in all honesty, if we're crazy about it, I know a lot of people are. However, do not, overspend in the game. If you can get a good Mewtwo or something, even getting a non-shiny good one is good enough.
Oh yeah.
Don't think that Mewtwo or any of the other birds are the biggest thing that you need to find. Make sure that you are consistent and responsible with your money. But again, if you want to, you want to. We won't tell you how to play the game. We're just trying to say just be careful when it comes down to it. Chris is, or not Chris, but Terry's telling me it's gonna be a 24-hour stream. I'm like, I'm gonna do a 48-hour stream, and you're not gonna sleep.
Oh, how is Terry here this whole time?
I know, right? It's like, did I get it yet? Oh wait, I'm not even tapping anymore.
He's like, one of us is gonna break, and it's not gonna be me.
I know, right? That's great. That would be crazy. But yeah,
no.
so again, try to do as much as you can. Are able to catch all 150 Pokemon throughout this event. Shiny Mew will still be available as soon as you finish the collection challenge, I believe. That's the what's just trying to actually emphasize here. But at the same time, you do have some time to finish it thanks to the post event. So don't go crazy if you can't get all of them. The Kanto celebration and even farther than that, we'll still have some trade distance. So if you need to trade them, of course. But just be ready to, be consistent in this next few days, especially that day. And then, of course, stay hydrated and, of course, don't go out in blizzards, please. If you can play from home, play from home. There's still a pandemic going on, so again, just be safe. And then, of course, make sure you program your breakfast, lunch, and dinner before you actually continue if you want to do a full day. So,
definitely water breaks.
yes, a lot.
Try not to annoy businesses if you can.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hard.
And if anything, just stay, safe distance from everybody, or in your car if you can play from car. We're not telling you to drive and play, but at least, go to places and all that, and, do all of that.
Park and lots.
Park and play. That's the best part. At least we, as a Pokemon Go players, we know it's better to just park and then catch that one, But yeah, no, and then of course, just, get your best version you want to. I got green because either one, I love the green version, and then two, I need more shinies from those. And then Chris, of course, wants the red version because, it's Chris.
Team Charizard!
Team Venusaur.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, you technically beat me, but still,
Don't worry, Venusaur is technically the best choice in Gen 1.
Yes, and this review generation. So and of course, if you are trying to get as many extra large candies, it is your chance to get as many extra large candies from other Pokemons. I myself will probably want to go for the Dratini as much as possible, but we'll see how many we'll see in the wild. So, yes. But yeah, just have fun, guys. Again, it's not that you have to play all full 12 hours, but again, just have fun the way that you want to have fun for. So, hey, look at this. It's a Muna right here in my house. A lot of Munas are respawning. I'm actually glad this is not like a sought out Pokemon at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's very common. So yeah, it's a definitely good time to hunt it. I'll tell you what, I already have enough to evolve it just from today, and I barely played.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been buying up in every single one I see. I'm missing probably one or two more, but I am trying to get, of course, a good one anyway. So
true PvP boy.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
What? Yeah, I know. You saw those
yours kind of look like PvP. Yeah.
It's fine. Anyhow, Terry's like all 12 hours is required. Come on, Terry. Get to the script. Anyway, stick to the script. Anyways. But yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that because we love this game as much as possible. We wanted to get to that point. Let's real quick say that let's talk some PvP. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris.
Oh boy. A lot of people loved Love Cup. A lot more people hated Love Cup.
Yeah, that's for sure. I didn't actually play any matches in the Love Cup. Mostly because...
Really? Not
one. No. I've been on a different grind because Master League is my place to be. It's not that I don't want to play Love Cup. It's just that I don't really want to power up any Pokemons that I really don't want to use.
That is true. Okay.
I know there's like a lot of Marcargos and Talonflames and just double Charmers. A lot of people hate it because of double Charmers. People are saying if you run double Charmers, you're the double, but no. So
There are ways around it, but it makes it hard to run Pokemon like Scrafty or just anything weak to Charm because it becomes the same situation as Grasshole,
Yeah.
where you can win a lead or lose a lead and you still lose, no matter what, because of Double Charm.
Yeah.
Um, which is very interesting to me.
Can you tell me like how your match has been in the Love Cup, Chris?
Uh, it's super hit or miss. I
Miss
hit,
and never miss.
huh? I got like a 5-0 and then I went 0-5 like the next one. I was like, dear Lord, the Pokemon didn't change, did they? I will say the biggest problem has definitely been um just the leads, honestly.
Mm.
If you get a bad lead, it's very hard to come back this cup. There isn't a Pokemon that is very safe to swap into, other than maybe Electrode per se. But I will say I don't have the cojones to run Electrode. It's such a wild Pokemon to me.
It's interesting because you never actually thought Electro to be one to run in any cup at this point, you know?
No, no, nobody talked about it. And the thing is, it still loses the charm.
Yeah.
But it does grab shields.
It is
So if you can
I
clean up
think
in
it
the
is a
end,
fast shielder, grab
yeah,
the shields, but at the same time it's like a glass cannon.
exactly,
So
exactly.
it really
It's like a
dies.
haunter almost.
Yeah, yeah, and it's technically like the Sableye to the Charmer. So if you can get one or two discharges off before it goes down, that's a different story. But yeah, no, I mean that's a small comparison about it. In all honesty, I've seen a lot of the people playing it, and you know, Alola being one, even though now we got the shiny to look for.
Hmm.
Electro is
For
being
one day,
yeah, and then that's the double charmers. Everybody's just scared of them, and they bring like Pipe Bloom or something with Slash Bomb or something like that, and then of course Race and Leaf.
yeah, yeah. They're all saying it's rock paper scissors.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
like
if you lose the first one, then you lose all three. Sometimes you know it really is different how to come back in all sense.
it's very hard to come back in Love Cup. I will say it was enjoyable. I do like it more than Open a lot of times, but this is easily one of the cups you die with two shields a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
the time.
yeah. I've seen a
Oh,
lot of that too.
mhm.
In all honesty, it's okay. So Love Cup is actually gonna be ending today, I believe, and Master Cup is also ending by today. Tomorrow is his last day, of course. However, though, I've been actually dipping myself more in Master Cup or Master Cup, Master League. um, you know, Silt Arena going around there. Master League is actually one of my favorite cups just because I have a lot of the Pokemons ready for it. Both between my Giratina, a 98 Yaga, Togekiss, you know, all those Pokemons are just wonderful, wonderful. And at the beginning of it, I was okay with it. And then afterwards, you know, I went into a downfall because I did not know what I could run. I had so many Pokemons that I could run, but at the same time, so many Pokemons counter each other. It's definitely shield dependent, and a lot of different things like a boost from Giratina Origin or Togekiss being like a powerhouse to kill everything. But at the same time, it's just like you gotta just know your matches well. And I think I found a good team for now, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it gets me high in the ranks. I am consistent right now, and I am at 2167, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I think one of the things I really like about Master League 2 is that most of the Pokemon have at least one charge move that threatens a shield
oh yeah,
for a Pokemon that would normally beat it.
yes, Dragonite with Dragon
Yeah.
Claw, Giratina with Omniswin, uh,
Mm.
Groudon with Fire Punch, and then Kyogre with Surf. We also
Yeah, tons of
have
shield bait there.
yeah, we also have
Tons.
uh, well, a little bit down from the Ubers because Ubers are like legendaries at that point. We have Metagross with Meter Smash. We have Machamp with Crush Up or even Rock Slide. We have, I believe, I'm thinking of one at the top of my head. I just can't remember right now.
I would
Garchomp.
honestly
Garchomp with
say
Samtoom instead.
you already said Dialga with
And
Ironhead.
yeah, but the L gets a little bit harder to get to it than might think.
Dude, the difference between Ironhead and Draco Meteor, though, dude,
Or even a Thunder.
you. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So you just need to know your good matchups. At the same time, it's a little bit easier to know how fast a charge move goes by the time you get to your charge move. So let's say a Giratina is going against a Groudon. You know you won't get to a Omnis win before they get to a Fire Punch, and even if they do, you can probably bait them out faster than they can yourself. So it just really depends on the type of matchups. I run a lot of my Double Dragons there, and people are just not ready for the Double Dragon killer in the back. So
Never.
never. And you can also win, of course, you can win your Dialga matches if you need to. You just need to know that you need as quick as possible charges than him. Even if you can take one or two shields out of them, it will be kind of nice. So yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I believe that's everything that we have for you, everybody, today. I don't think we missed anything unless I'm crazy. There is a little bit of a spoiler alert if anybody's going for the level 50 challenge. The last Pokemon in the challenge is actually a Mewtwo. And I know you bet.
What?
Yes. But that's, of course, if you get to level 50 and you complete the challenge itself. So... And of course,
there's no way we're gonna hit that during the Kanto event.
Oh no. I mean, we need everything to go our way to even try to. You need all the lucky eggs, and it's not gonna be enough. We don't have like double starters or anything. I believe we don't have anything like that happening. So let me just check to make sure.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that'd be the optimal time to hit it, just so you get Side Strike on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But aside from that, just getting to level 50 is impossible because of the requirements anyway. So especially in some of them to like 25 in a week or 25 kilometers in a week and all that. So it's almost impossible to say that it's that in that sense, So
True.
but of course, Fleaskin finishes it, and guess what he gets? You haven't guessed before, right? Haven't you?
Oh, I haven't. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen his post yet. Is it a Hundo Shundo?
No, it's just a shiny.
Oh, he got a shiny.
He got the shiny Mewtwo. So yeah. I can't. Oh my god, I'm probably gonna have to edit that part out. Anyways. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for guessing for my guessing game. Good job, everybody. Anyway, so that's all that we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you, of course, check us out in our social medias and our podcast services. We are in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, many other places to go. I do want to say we did hit 2,000 downloads on all our episodes. So that's actually, overall through all the episodes. So thank you so much, everybody listening to this podcast. Again, it's just amazing. A year's worth of podcasting, and we are here. We're not gonna stop because we just love this game. It's way too much, unfortunately. But yeah,
the support has been crazy.
Yes. So make sure you also check us out our Twitter handles. Pure Letter Go for myself, Pokemon Trigger Please for Chris. We do stream on Twitch, same handles. Make sure you check us out. And then, of course, you can always email us anything at the purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. I forgot to check the email, so I'm sorry, everybody, if anybody did send me anything. And then, of course, you can check us. Don't forget to check us out at the Professor Network, purifiedpodcast.com. So with that being said, I believe that, Chris, you can take us away for the night.
All right. It's been another crazy week of Pokemon Go. It looks like next week is going to be insane. I cannot wait for the 20th. I know a lot of people are excited for it too. Don't forget to send us your legendary raids. I will raid literally every Mewtwo that I get. Yeah. So hopefully you guys get your shiny Alamomola. Don't try too hard. You gotta save your passes for the Kanto week. And feel the love, give some love, get some shinies. Peace out, guys.
Have a good night, guys, and keep rating, whatever you feel like doing. We'll see you guys next week.